Hello students, today OCM we have seen fourth chapter forms of business organization 1 joint stock company last session point number 4.6.1. So what is the mean by joint stock company? Let us see. The joint stock company is that it is the voluntary association which is known as share capital, and it is divided into small units called as shares. In India, the joint stock company is registered under the Companies Act 2013. For Professor L.H. Honey, the definition of joint stock company is that it is a voluntary association of individual for profit having capital divided into transferable share, the ownership of which is the condition of membership. So a joint stock company is a voluntary association of individuals for profit having capital divided into transferable shares. So that is a joint stock company. And what is the features of joint stock company? Let us see one by one. First is a voluntary association. Voluntary association means the member of joint stock company is registered under the purchase of number of purchase shares or any persons is called as voluntary association. So the person of any caste reasons became the member of joint stock company. So there is the regarding number of shares purchased by one person. So the shares of any shareholders as transfer from his nominee is called as transfer of shares or voluntary association. Next is a registration. Under the registration is compulsory for Joint Stock Companies Act 2013. The registration certificate is incorporation certificate issued by the company after registration. A private limited and public limited company must be given or obtain the certificate of commencement of India of to start its business. So it is compulsory registrations to joint stock company is starting to the particular company firm. So next is a registered office. The address of or registered office of company is maintained in memorandum of association. All the importance of the company is kept in the registration office. For example, register of shareholders, annual reports, minutes book, or any article, prospectus, statutory reports, etc. is registered under registered office. Next, artificial legal person. A company is an artificial legal person created by law. It can enter into contract with the third parties after registration. For example, it can buy or sell assets, borrow money, open an account in the bank. So therefore it is artificial legal persons for to create the joint stock company, and only law can wind up it. Then separate legal status. There is a separate legal existence of joint stock company. It is a separate legal entity apart from its members. Then commercial. The company is an artificial person. It does not exist like a human being. So there is a common seal as name of the company, and it is considered for the importance of property of a business. So it is a seal is affixed on the important of document of the company. Then limited liability. The liability of all shareholders is limited up to the extent of unpaid face value of shares held by them. So there is a private property of shareholder is not used for the payment of company's liability. So next is a transferability of shares. The total shares of the capital is transferred or divided into shares. So the company is compulsory purchase shares of public limited company and transferable. It means a shareholder can sell shares without the permissions of the company. The shares of private limited company are not freely transferable. Then separation of ownership and management. Shareholders are the owners of any joint stock company. They elect their representatives to look after day-to-day business activities, and the presentations are called as directors. The directors appoint this salary basis. Therefore, the ownership of joint stock company is with shareholder. The management is the hand of directors. So there is a separations of ownership and management. Perpetual succession. It has a separate legal existence upon its members. The death, retirement, insolvency of any member employees does not affect the existence of the company. So next is a membership. In public limited company, minimum number of members are served. There is a no limit for maximum number of members. In private limited company, minimum number of persons are 2 and maximum are 200 for the Companies Act 2013. So there is a merits and demerits again in joint stock company. Let us see one by one. Point number 4.6.5 and 4.6.6. Next, first is a large amount of capital. A joint stock company value of shares is a low, so it huge amount of capital and it accept the deposit from public and issue debentures to raise is large amount of capital. Then professional management. Management of the company hand of directors. So there is a professional management of qualified highly appointed persons or financial resources. The knowledge of expert is used in the management of the company. So next is a more scope of expansion. A joint stock company is collect large amount of shares, so it gives the attractive salaries for professional manager. So the proper authorities gives these persons to give the business decisions. Shareholders are interested in getting highest rate of divided result. Company can undertake big and risky project. Public confidence. A joint stock company enjoy public confidence. There is interference of government. The Companies Act 2013, as per the Act of the Companies, has to get in the account audited by a practicing chartered accountant. Relief in taxation. A joint stock company plays important role in economic development of the country. It requires to pay taxes of flat rate. So certain expansions are given to the joint stock companies, and for example tax holiday up to 5 years. Expert services. A joint stock company can appoint expert for managing business activities like legal advisors, management experts, auditor, consultant, etc. Then perpetual suggestions. A joint stock company enjoy continuous and stable life. The death, retirement, insolvency of the member does not result in the dissolution of the company. Limited liability. The liability of the members of the company is limited to the extent of the unpaid amount of shares held by them. The shareholders are not liable for the debts of the company, so there is no use to their personal property of the purpose. So next is a demerits. Point number 4.6.6. there is a rigid formation. Registration of rigid means huge. Registration of joint stock company is compulsory. It requires number of legal document. It is necessary to pay heavy registration charges. A public company cannot start its actual business without getting certificate. So the procedure of formation is complicated, expensive and time consuming. Then lack of secrecy. In order to protect the interest of investors, it is compulsory to publish books of account every year. All the important documents of joint stock company are available for inspection at registered office. Hence, there is a secrecy in joint stock company. Delay in decision making process. As an owner of the company, every shareholder has to right to participate in the management of the company. So therefore, all important business decisions are taken in the shareholders meetings. It must be sent minimum 21 days before the meeting. Therefore, there is always delay in decision making. No personal contact. There are large number of data or stock. Its company employees feel that their effects should be appropriate by their supervisors, so it is possible in the large organization. Similarly, manager and directors of the company are not able to establish person's contact with their customers. Customers like and dislikes are not taken into consideration many times. High cost of management. A joint stock company is a commercial organization. It is ready to spend huge amount of advertisement. The manager gets base salary and other benefits. It required huge amount for operational expenses. So the cost of management is high, very high in joint stock company. Reckless speculation. The company is managed by directors. So the director in price of shares in joint stock exchange. So it is advised for public confidence. Then types of companies: chartered company, statutory company, registered company. In register there is always next 2 points: unlimited liability, company limited of guarantee, company limited of guarantee and shares, company limited by shares, public limited and private limited company. So next is a private limited company. There is a features, and public limited there is always features. Let us see one by one. Number of its members minimum 2, maximum 200. Must have a minimum paid up share capital of 1 lakh. Prohibited of deposits from persons of its members, directors or other relatives. Public to subscribe for any shares or debentures of the company. Restriction on the right of members to transfer its shares of any. Then public company. According to Company Act, a public company is a company which is not a private company and has minimum paid up capital 5 lakh rupees and have the right the transfer of shares of the company. Features: there should be a minimum 7 members, has a minimum paid up share capital of rupees 5 lakh or such a higher paid up capital as may be prescribed, does not prohibited any invitation or acceptance of a deposit, has to restrictions on the transfer of its shares. So there is a private and public limited company distinguished in this way. There is finished the chapter number 4. You solve whole exercise in your notebook at home. Thank you.